Amazing to meet you here, Eileen, in the middle of nowhere. Where
Hi.
are we? The Roaches. What are we doing here?
On a fantastic wintry day. Right. This shows our commitment.
There's been so many thoughts and feelings that you might have, and you think, is it only me who has this feeling? Is it only me who has this thought? And that normal is like, you know what? We're all acting normal, but this is a really abnormal situation. Let's just admit it and deal with it that way. And so it's a liberation. It's a celebration that we survived. We're prospering, perhaps. And yes, we're dealing with rough circumstances. The rabid ride whipping up troubles, the rain of bitterness falling down upon us in many different ways. But we can still find joy. We can still celebrate being on this earth, being human among the beauty of nature and the beauty of the British countryside. Whether the countryside loves us back or not, we're going to be here and we're going to love it anyway. From a young age, I was running around the countryside of the Lake District and the rural in the city where I lived. There was a beautiful river, the River Mersey. It's beautiful, my part of it, may not be beautiful the part. And I was very much at one happy there. And it was only as I got older that I started to notice that my presence in the countryside was not fully approved. There were boundaries around what I could do, who I could, the degree of relaxation I could have while being in the countryside. And so part of the book is to militate against that, to normalize our presence in the countryside by me celebrating whether it's climbing a tree, dipping into a beck, swinging across fields, whatever it is that made me happy to be among nature, because we're not only among nature, we are part of nature. We are natural beings, we're human beings, and this nature belongs as much to us as to anybody else. Many of the first generation who came to Britain, certainly from the Caribbean, often came from the countryside. They were invited to work primarily in the cities, and that's how the second generation, third generation became associated with the cities. But certainly the first generation had as much affinity with the countryside as with the city, and perhaps had more affinity with the countryside. So this association of black people with the city is something that arose at a particular period of time, and we're gradually eroding it and allowing people to conceive themselves as being as much country people as city people. So this urban music, the idea of urban music meaning really it's a code for black music may well collapse if we work hard enough to legitimize our presence in the country.
Well, very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I think that one of the things that racism and stereotypes do is reduce us. It tries to confine us into various small roles, and anybody who moves out those boxes is quickly taught not to do so, sees opprobrium, disapproval, resistance to one form or another. And so the book really is an attempt to break free those boundaries and show myself, certainly, how my mind works on a day-to-day basis without any constrictions, without any preconceived ideas of who I must be and how I must behave, in the hope that it strikes a chord with other people who may say, yeah, you know what? I had that feeling. I never knew you were allowed to say that you had that feeling, but I had that feeling too. So then now we're not alone anymore. We're two people who had that feeling. I just love the background, Eileen. That's why I've just lowered the camera because the beautiful landscape that we're within. Let me just spin it around if I can. You see just how marvelous it is. I mean, look at these colours. Are we do not fit in? Are we not the most gorgeous people ever? How could you say we're not part of the countryside? We belong here as much here as anywhere else. We are the countryside. Get used to it.
Fantastic.
I'm acting numb. There you go. Should we bow out?
Yes, yes.
Thank you for joining us. Take care.